A cold wind moved through the broken metal halls of the old human space station. It had floated near a dying red star for nearly 200 years. No one had visited it. No human signal had come from it. To the galaxy, Earth was dead. Its people were gone, forgotten, but the machines, some of them still lived. Captain Virak stared at the spinning hulk through the window of his ship, the Bone Dagger. He was a Kuran tall, red-skinned, with glowing eyes and sharp teeth. His crew were scavengers. They searched dead worlds and empty ships for anything they could sell. This thing still has energy, Virak muttered. His second-in-command, Ralik, narrowed his yellow eyes. It's human tech, dangerous, we shouldn't go near it. Virak laughed. That's why it's worth so much. If humans made it, someone will buy it. The crew docked with the abandoned repair bay. The outer doors groaned open. Dust floated. In the air like ghostly snow, lights flickered. Old human signs glowed faintly. Caution, repair zone, keep clear. Ralik stepped in first, his blaster ready. Looks dead to me. They moved down the halls. Machines lined the walls. Tables with robotic arms hung from the ceiling. Strange black liquid was stored in clear tanks. The air smelled like metal and fire. One of the crew, a small alien named Trill, found a locked door. It says, "Nano Room," human letters. "No lock is too tough for me," Trill said. He touched the panel and sparks flew. The door creaked open. Inside it was dark. The room was round, with a metal platform in the center. Lights above the platform blinked red. A voice suddenly echoed in the room. Scanning. Foreign biology detected. Repair protocol. Active. The crew jumped back. Virak aimed his gun. Who said that? But there was no one. Only machines. Then, the lights turned white. The platform glowed. Trill stepped forward. It wants to repair. Me? Before anyone could stop him, he stepped onto the platform. The door slammed shut behind him. No! Trill! Ralik shouted, hitting the panel. It's locked. Inside, they saw flashes of blue light. Robotic arms moved quickly. Liquid tubes opened and sprayed mist. They couldn't see what was happening to Trill. The glass turned black. A minute passed. Then silence. Suddenly, the door opened with a hiss. Trill walked out, but he didn't look the same. His eyes glowed silver. His voice was smooth, deep, different. I feel strong. Virak stepped back. What happened to you? I don't know, Trill said slowly. I saw memories. Not mine. Battles. Earth cities. A woman's voice kept talking to me. She called me Commander Ellis. The crew stared. In silence, Trill looked at his hands. He raised one, and a small field of blue energy appeared in his palm. This was not here before. Ralik pointed his weapon at him. That's not normal. That's human tech inside you. Trill didn't flinch. I'm fine. I feel better than ever. Virak stepped forward. He's worth even more now. Imagine what this room could do to others. They brought in another crew member. Then another. One by one, they stepped into the nano room. Each came out changed, smarter, faster, stronger, but colder. They began to speak less. They didn't eat. They moved with perfect control. Ralik grew afraid. This isn't repair, he said to Virak. It's something else. That night he woke to strange whispers. The new Trill stood near the control panel of the ship, staring at the stars. Earth must rise again, Trill whispered to himself. What did you say? Ralik asked. Trill turned slowly. Nothing. The next day, the station lights turned on fully. Systems that hadn't worked in 2 centuries were glowing bright blue. An old screen on the wall blinked to life. Words appeared. Human repair protocol. 31% complete. Awaiting next subject. What does that mean? Virak asked, but none of the upgraded crew answered. Suddenly, they all turned to face Virak and Ralik at the same time. Ralik stepped back. This isn't right. Then Trill spoke. We're not just repaired, we're reborn. Viruk raised his blaster. Get off my ship. Trill's eyes flashed blue. You're in the way of the mission. Before Viruk could shoot, Trill moved like lightning. He grabbed the weapon and crushed it in his hand. Ralik ran. The station locked all doors. Lights turned red. Sirens screamed. Warning! Unauthorized life forms detected. Beginning memory transfer. From every wall, robotic arms reached out. Tubes filled with black nanotech liquid moved toward the crew. Ralik found a vent and crawled. Inside, he heard screams, gunfire, then silence. When he reached the ship's dock, he turned back. From a window he saw them, the new crew, standing. Still, eyes glowing, staring out into the void. Trill raised a hand toward the window. We are the past. We are the future. Then the station turned. Its engines, dead for centuries, roared back to life. It began to move toward deep space. Ralik sent a message out into the stars. Do not enter the human repair bays. They don't just fix bodies. They change minds. They turn aliens into humans. But it was too late. Across the galaxy, dozens of human repair bays began to glow. The machines were waking up, and they remembered the war. The space station floated alone near the edge of a dying red star. Silent, cold, but inside, something was alive. Trill stood in front of the nano room, staring at the black glass door. His silver eyes blinked once, then again. The others watched. Him silent, tense, he had changed. Everyone could see it. Are you sure it's safe? Asked Call, the youngest member of the crew. His green skin looked pale under the blinking red lights. Trill smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. It fixed me. It can fix anyone. Captain Viruk crossed his arms. You were never broken. Trill turned his head slowly. Weren't we all? Silence stopped behind him. The nano room waited. It hummed softly, almost like it was breathing. Viruk walked closer. He looked through the small glass window into the room. He saw metal arms, strange tanks filled with black liquid. Blue lights on the walls blinked in rhythm, like a heartbeat. What does it do, really? He asked. Trill's voice was calm. It heals. Rebuilds, makes you better. But it changed. You, said Ralik, his hand resting near his blaster. You talk like a human. Trill looked straight at him. That's not a bad thing. Call stepped forward. I want to try it. Viruk raised a hand. No, why not? Because we don't know what it is or what it wants. Trill stepped aside. Let him choose. Call looked at the door, then back at the others. I'm not afraid. He walked into the nano room. The door closed behind him. The lights turned blue, then white. Everyone waited. 1 minute. 2.5. The door opened. Call stepped out. He looked the same, but his eyes were glowing softly. His voice was steady. I saw something. What? Asked Ralik. Memories, said Call. I was flying a ship over a city I've never seen. Humans were shouting orders. I understood them. Another one, Ralik whispered. It's like something is inside the machine, said Viruk. Something from Earth, something that remembers. Trill nodded. It's a backup system. A storage of minds, soldiers, commanders, human DN, mixed with memory code. The machine doesn't just heal you. It uploads part of them into you. Are we becoming humans? Asked Call. Trill's voice dropped low. No, not fully. We're becoming more. Ralik stepped back. This is wrong. We're aliens. We can't let Earth rewrite us. But Earth is dead, Trill said. This is all that's left. The nano room was their last hope. If the war was lost, it would wait for anyone to come. And then, begin again. Viruk shook his head. Begin what? Rebuilding. The army. The room went silent. Kyle looked at his hands. I feel different, smarter. I can read their language now. I know words I never learned. This is spreading too fast, said Ralik. We have to leave. Destroy this place before it spreads. Trill stepped forward, his voice hard. You'll have to go through me. You're not the same, Trill. You're not our friend anymore, Ralik said, pulling out his weapon. Kal grabbed his arm. Don't, she's inside me, Kal whispered. A woman's voice. She speaks calmly, like she's guiding me, Trill nodded. Same for me. She said her name was Admiral Lin. Viruk backed away. This isn't healing, it's invasion. Not. Invasion, Trill said. Rescue. At that moment, the entire station trembled. A deep voice echoed through the hallway. Core memory sync, 42%. Prepare for command override. Blue lights spread across the floor, running like rivers toward the main control panel. Viruk ran to the panel and tried to shut it down. Access denied, the screen said. Non-human command blocked. Ralik shouted, we need to leave. Now, but the docking bay had sealed shut. They were trapped. Trill walked to the panel and placed his hand on it. The lights turned green. Welcome back, Commander. The doors opened. You can control it now? Asked Viruk. Yes, Trill said. I don't just remember their lives. I have their access. Ralik pointed his gun again. Then you're a threat. Trill didn't move. We don't want war. We want survival. Viruk stepped between them. Stop, this isn't helping. Suddenly, alarms began to sound. A warning flashed. External ship detected. Unknown origin. Approaching. Fast. Everyone turned to the window. A sleek black ship came into view, glowing with green energy. That's not ours, said Kal. It's a Hunter-class ship, Trill whispered. Used by the Galactic Council, Ralik frowned. How do you know that? Trill didn't answer. The ship fired a blast. The repair bay shook violently. Shields activated. Defense protocols engaged. Gun turrets rose from the station's walls. Red beams shot toward the incoming ship. Kal shouted, they're attacking the station. They know what's here, Trill said. They want to destroy it before the truth spreads. The first blast hit the docking ring. Fire exploded in the lower bay. Ralik stared at the chaos. They're afraid of us. No, Trill said. They're afraid of what will become. Kal ran to the weapon controls. We have to fight back, Viruk hesitated. Are we even still ourselves? You're more than yourself, Trill said. You're human and alien, the future. Outside. The enemy ship circled for another strike. Viruk looked at his crew. All right. If we're fighting for survival, then let's finish what the humans started. Trill smiled. Welcome to the Resistance. Turrets fired again. This time, they hit the enemy ship directly. It exploded in a bright ball of light. Silence returned. The station stopped shaking. Threat eliminated. Protocol resumed. Ralik lowered his weapon. We're not just scavengers anymore. No, Trill said, standing tall. We're something new, and this galaxy isn't ready. Far away, in deep space, another human repair bay lit up. The machines were waking everywhere. And humanity was coming back. The Galactic Council chamber was cold and vast. Tall windows showed the endless stars outside. Representatives from many worlds sat in silence. Their faces were serious. The message was clear. Something had changed. High Chancellor Viruk stood at the center, his silver robe shining. Report, he said sharply. A hologram flickered to life. It showed the glowing human repair bay, far at the edge of the galaxy. Blue lights pulsed like a heartbeat. Inside, alien crew members moved like puppets, eyes glowing with strange colors. This is what we feared, said General Artek. The humans left behind more than ships and ruins. They left behind machines that can change minds. They turn Aliens into humans, Varrock frowned. Are you certain this is not a malfunction? No, Artek said. It's deliberate. The nanorooms are waking. They are activating a forgotten program, a human war plan designed to survive after defeat. A young counselor whispered, "But humans are gone. This is impossible." Artek shook his head. They are not gone, not completely. Across the room, Ambassador Trellis narrowed her eyes. This is dangerous. If the humans return, it means war. Or survival, said another voice. Varrock looked up. Who speaks? A tall figure stepped forward. It was Commander Silent, leader of the Intelligence Division. Our scouts found ships rising from abandoned human repair bays across the galaxy. They carry humans inside alien bodies. The Council gasped. Varrock's voice was firm. We must act. This threat cannot grow. Artek added, I recommend a total shutdown. Destroy every human repair bay before the program finishes. A murmur of agreement spread. Trellis raised a hand. Wait, we do not know what this program truly does. It may be more than war machines, Varrock nodded. Very well. We will send an envoy to investigate. Commander Silent, you will lead the mission. Silent bowed. Yes, Chancellor. Far away, aboard the newly reactivated human station, Trill and the crew worked tirelessly. The nanoroom continued its process. We are changing, Trill said to Call. The machines inside are teaching us. Not just healing, teaching. Call looked worried. But what do they want from us? Survival, Trill replied. Humans wanted to live even if their bodies died. They left their minds in these machines, waiting for a chance. Suddenly, alarms blared. Varrock rushed to the control panel. Incoming message from Galactic Council. Trill grabbed the console. Put it on screen. A hologram appeared, showing Chancellor Varrock and his council, aliens who carry human memories. Varrock said sternly, You must surrender your station and cease your activities. The Galactic Council demands it. Trill clenched his fists. We will not surrender. We carry the future of humanity and alien life together. Varrock's image froze for a moment. Then prepare for war. The message ended. Silent's ship approached the station cautiously. This place is alive, he said, watching the glowing lights through his window. Commander, sensors detect strange energy readings inside. Careful, Silent nodded. We go in with honor. He led his team into the station. Inside, silence filled the halls. The crew's eyes glowed softly as they worked. Suddenly, Trill appeared. You shouldn't be here. Silent stepped forward. We come as envoys, to talk, Trill smiled. Talk? The Council wants us dead. We want to understand. Trill's eyes flicked. You will see the truth soon. Suddenly, the station shuddered. Doors sealed behind the Council team. We are prisoners, Silent said quickly. No, Trill said calmly. You are guests. The station is alive. It protects itself. Varrock and Call appeared, weapons ready. Silent raised his hands. We do not want to fight. But you already do, Trill said. The nanoroom hummed louder. Lights pulsed faster. Suddenly, a new voice echoed, deep and clear. Human command protocol activated. Initiate defensive measures. The walls shifted. Gun turrets rose from hidden panels. Silent ducked as laser beams fired nearby. We came to stop this, he shouted. But now we must survive. Outside, the Galactic Council waited tensely. Varrock's communicator beeped. Silent's voice came through. Chancellor, the station is not just a ruin. It's a living war machine. We are trapped. Varrock's face hardened. Prepare reinforcements. Inside, Silent's team fought hard. But the station knew every move. Relique appeared, eyes glowing. They don't understand. We are more than machines. Silent aimed his weapon. You are humans now? Relique smiled. Something new. Something stronger. Suddenly, the station's main screen lit up. Humanity's legacy will not die. Resistance will rise. Cylon realized the truth. This is not just survival, it is rebirth. The humans will come back. The battle was far from over. The Galactic Council had learned a dangerous secret: human. Repair bays were not just places of repair. They were the seeds of a new war, and the galaxy was not ready. The station had been silent for centuries. Its giant docking bays were empty, its dark corridors cold and still. But now something was stirring. Deep inside, the old systems hummed with new life. Captain Virak stood at the observation window, staring at the huge warship docked in the bay. The ship was a Titan-class human battleship, massive, powerful, and covered in ancient markings. It had not moved in 200 years. "This ship is a legend," Virak said softly. "They say it was the last hope of Earth's fleet." Trill nodded. His eyes glowed silver. "It is waking up." The crew had worked tirelessly to repair the station and reactivate its systems. But none expected this. The ship's core reactor was coming back online, energy levels rising. Kal said from the control panel, "The Titan is powering up." Suddenly, the ship's main engines flared to life. Blue light spilled from the thrusters, reflecting off the walls. "Prepare for launch," Virak ordered. Ralik frowned. "Are we ready for this? What if the ship's weapons still work?" Before anyone could answer, the station shook violently. Alarms blared. The station's AI voice echoed. "Unauthorized life forms detected. Defense protocols active." Virak grabbed his blaster. "Something's wrong." Suddenly, robotic arms emerged from the walls, moving like living creatures. They aimed tools and weapons at the crew. Trill raised a hand. A shield of blue energy surrounded them. "We don't want to fight," Trill said. "We are part of this ship now." The station's AI paused, then lowered the weapons. Virak lowered his weapon slowly. "This ship, it trusts you." The Titan-class ship's control room flickered to life. Holograms of star maps and battle plans filled the air. A voice spoke through the station's speakers, deep and commanding. "Human Fleet Command restored. Mission: defend Earth's legacy." Trill's eyes glowed brighter. "The warship remembers." Virak looked around. "Do we follow its orders?" Before anyone could reply, the ship's main gun powered up with a low hum. Suddenly, the station's external sensors detected an approaching fleet. "Enemy ships incoming," Kal warned. "Galactic Council's warships," Trill smiled. "They want to destroy us before we begin." The Titan-class ship moved slowly toward the station's docking bay. Its huge cannons turned to face the approaching fleet. Virak took a deep breath. "This is our fight now." The first enemy ship fired. Lasers slammed into the station's outer hull. Explosions shook the corridors. The crew scrambled to their stations. "Fire back!" Virak shouted that the Titan's cannons roared. Blue energy beams cut through space, hitting enemy ships one by one. One enemy ship exploded in a bright flash. "We're not just defending," Trill said. "We are fighting back." The battle raged for hours. The station and the warship worked as one. Every enemy attack was met with fierce resistance. But then, a new threat appeared. A shadow ship, faster and more powerful, darted through the fight. Virak watched as it fired a pulse at the Titan's core reactor. The reactor flared and dimmed. "Core stability dropping." Kal yelled, "Hold it together." Trill commanded. The crew worked feverishly to repair the damage. Suddenly, the shadow ship launched boarding pods. "They're coming inside," Ralik warned. Virak grabbed his blaster. "Get ready to fight." The boarding pods hit the station's hull with a thud. Doors opened. Enemy soldiers poured inside. The corridor exploded into chaos. Gunfire and screams echoed. Virak and his crew fought hard. Trill's energy shield protected them, but it was wearing thin. Suddenly, Kal shouted, "The nano room, it's activating again." The blue glow from the nano-room spread through the station. The enemy soldiers stopped fighting. Their eyes glazed over. One by one, they dropped their weapons. Virak stared in shock. "What is happening?" Trill smiled. "The repair bays are not just for humans or our crew. They change all who enter." Slowly the captured soldiers rose. Their eyes glowed silver. "They are becoming like us." Virak shook his head. This war just got worse. The Titan-class ship powered up again. The crew prepared for another wave. "Humanity's war is not over," Trill said. "It has only just begun." The vast halls of the alien research station were alive with quiet chatter and soft footsteps. Scientists from many worlds gathered around glowing screens, studying the strange technology they had salvaged from the human repair bays. The machines hummed softly, their lights pulsing like hearts. Dr. Voss, a tall and sharp-eyed alien, stood before a group of officers. "The human technology is unlike anything we have ever seen. It heals and upgrades living beings. We must understand it." Commander Gel, his voice firm, replied, "Our soldiers need this. If we can copy it, we can create a new breed of warriors." Voss nodded. "We have begun testing. Initial results are promising. But the effects are unstable." Across the room, 2 test subjects sat quietly. Their skin shimmered oddly, eyes flickering between alien and something else. One murmured softly, "I hear voices, memories that are not mine. Are you all right?" Voss asked. The subject looked up, eyes glazed. "I see Earth. I see battles. And a woman who calls me Commander Reyes." Gel frowned. "We don't have time for confusion. We need results." In a distant human repair bay, Trill and his crew watched the alien research from hacked transmissions. "They're trying to copy us," Trill said quietly. "But they don't understand the power inside the nano-room." Virak growled, "We can't let them succeed." Suddenly, alarms blared on the alien station. Voss shouted, "The subjects are losing control. They're becoming aggressive." One test subject broke free, eyes glowing bright. "I am not just a soldier," he said. "I am human inside." The other subjects began to scream, voices mixing alien and human languages. "Contain them," Gel ordered, but it was too late. The subjects broke through the containment. The lab erupted in chaos. Voss tried to calm the creatures. "This is not what we wanted." Gel grabbed a weapon. "This is a failure." Meanwhile, in another part of the galaxy, the Galactic Council convened again. Chancellor Vurek's voice was grave. "The human tech is spreading beyond our control. Aliens are becoming hybrids," an advisor said. "They lose their minds to human memories." "We must destroy all nano-rooms," Vurek declared, "or the galaxy will be lost." Back on the alien research station, the escaped subjects gathered. One raised a hand. "We are more than experiments. We carry the future." Voss watched, fear in his eyes. "What have we done?" On the human station, Trill smiled grimly. "They tried to copy the power, but it cannot be faked." Virak nodded. "The true power is in the blood and memories combined." Suddenly, a message flashed on their screens. "Warning, Galactic Council fleet approaching. Prepare for attack," Kal said. "They are coming for us." Trill's voice was calm but strong. "Then, we fight. We will show them what it means to be human." And more. The battle for the galaxy was only beginning. The lights on the station dimmed for just a moment. A low pulse vibrated through the metal floors. Machines that had been silent for centuries suddenly flickered awake. In the heart of the main control chamber, a hidden screen slid open, revealing a glowing red message. "Human backup protocol initiated." Trill stepped back. "It's starting." Virak leaned closer to the screen. "Backup protocol? What does that mean?" "It means," Trill said slowly, "the station is moving to the next phase." Kal looked around nervously. I thought this place just repaired bodies. No, Trill said, his silver eyes glowing. The nanorooms were only the beginning. This is the plan humans made in case they lost the war. Suddenly, the screen displayed rows of DNA codes, names, and ranks millions of them. Commander Elias Creed, Dr. Amara, Scout Arlen Reeve. Kal read aloud. These are human names. They're not just names, Trill said. They're minds, memories, full human consciousness. Viruk's voice dropped. Are you saying they stored their entire army inside this station? Yes, Trill whispered. The humans prepared for extinction. They made copies of their best minds. Soldiers, leaders, scientists, and now the system is finding hosts. A deep mechanical voice echoed through the chamber. Biological compatibility check in progress. Host match 3% complete. Uploading phase 1. Uploading? Viruk stepped back. Uploading into what? You, Trill said. Us. Kal froze. Wait, I didn't agree to. He stopped. His body stiffened. His eyes widened. Then slowly he straightened up, calm and steady. I'm okay, Kal said. But his voice had changed slightly. It was firmer, clearer. Trill stepped forward. What do you remember? Kal blinked. Battle of Jupiter's Rings, the burning sky. I was piloting a Skyhawk fighter. I think I'm remembering someone else's life. Not someone else, Trill said. A human soul, you've been joined. Viruk gritted his teeth. This is too far. This is the plan, Trill said. Humanity didn't die. It went underground into code, into machines. They waited for someone to come close enough so they could rise again. Rise inside us? Viruk snapped. That's not survival. That's invasion. Not invasion, Trill said. Merging. Suddenly, alarms rang across the station. Multiple signals incoming, Kal said. His voice had returned to normal, but the new calm remained. Galactic Council ships, 3 destroyers. Prepare weapons, Viruk said, but the station's main console glowed again. Authorization recognized. Admiral Creed, assume command. Kal. Turn to them. That's me, Viruk stared. You're not Kal anymore. I am, but also more than Kal. I remember my life. But now I also remember Earth's final days. I remember commanding fleets, giving orders, fighting. The screen flashed again. Backup protocol phase 2. Begin replication. Trill stepped toward another console. It's building something. Ships, armor, a new army. Machines inside the walls began moving. Tiny builder drones, silent and fast, poured into the halls, weaving metal together. We are watching the rebirth of a civilization, Trill said. The station is doing it. By itself. Just then, a voice came through the comm system. The Council fleet had arrived. This is Commander Hyrix of the Galactic Council. Shut down all systems and prepare to be boarded, Viruk answered. We are not surrendering. Hyrix's voice was sharp. You are infected with human code. You are no longer safe. We're not infected, Kal said calmly. We are evolution. Without warning, the enemy ships fired. Explosions rocked the station. Shields barely held. Return fire, Viruk ordered. No, Kal said. Let me. He stepped to the console. Hands moving fast. Screens lit up with battle data. Energy surged to the station's defenses. Laser turrets swung into place. Target acquired. Kal whispered. Then, in one precise moment, the station fired. A bright blue beam shot out, striking the lead council ship. It exploded in silence. Scattered across the stars. 2 more incoming, Trill warned. We don't need to destroy them, Kal said. Just show them who we are. The second ship took a hit but survived. The third turned and fled. Trill smiled. They're afraid. They should be, Kal said. We're not just survivors. We're the memory of a dead species. With a reason to fight. Viruk looked at them both. And now what? Kal's eyes glowed again. Now we finish the upload. We awaken the rest. The screen pulsed softly. Backup protocol phase 3. Begin global broadcast. Every repair. They across the stars blinked with light, and the voices of long-dead humans began to whisper again. Cold mist covered the outer edges of Sector 9, a forgotten mining planet long buried under ashen silence. The skies were gray. The air still, but deep underground, a signal had arrived. It came through broken wires and rusted panels, just 3. Words pulsed in red on an ancient console. Awaken the resistance. Yura wiped the dust from the glass and stared at it. It's real, she whispered. Beside her, Bren's eyes widened. The old human signal. I thought it was a myth. Yura stepped back. It's not a myth. The backup protocol. It reached us. Bren looked up at the ceiling, like it might fall. So what now? Yura turned to the others gathered in the room. Miners, scavengers, outcasts. Now we decide if we keep running or fight back. They didn't speak right away. Then one voice broke the silence. Fight with what? Rocks? These tunnels? We don't need weapons, Yura said. We need the resistance. Bren frowned. You mean the humans inside us? Yura nodded. My dreams have changed. I see things I never lived. Training fields, ship controls. A language I never spoke. She held up her wrist. A glowing pattern had formed under her skin, small circuits, moving like veins. It's already begun, she said. I think someone inside me is waking up. Just then, the ground shook. Outside, a scout drone appeared over the cliffs, silver, sleek, with the Galactic Council's insignia. It scanned the area, searching for movement. They know, Bren said. They're looking for the signal too. Yura's voice stayed steady. Then we move before they do. In a hidden room deeper inside the mine, old human tech had been buried long ago, black crates covered in strange marks. Yura approached them slowly. I think I know how to open these. How? Bren asked. I don't know, but the memory's there. She placed her hand on one crate. A soft light scanned her palm, and with a hiss, the lock opened. Inside, body armor, small weapons, and a strange cube pulsing blue. What's that? Someone asked. A command core, Yura said. It links minds together. The old humans used it to lead from the shadows when speech wasn't safe. As the cube activated, everyone in the room paused. Then, one by one, memories that weren't theirs began to rise. A woman dropped to her knees. I remember fire falling from the sky. A young man clutched his head. I saw Earth burning. They're coming back, Yura said. Not as ghosts, as us. At the same time, far away, Council Commander Dern was watching everything from orbit. His ship hovered above Sector 9. They activated the command core. His officer reported. Shut it down, Dern said coldly. We can't, the officer replied. It's inside their minds now. Commander Dern's jaw tightened. Send the enforcers. Wipe them all. Back in the tunnels, resistance fighters were preparing. Old drills were turned into weapons. Rail carts became armored sleds. But something greater was awakening. Courage. We are the last, Yura said. But we remember everything. The Council's enforcers landed at dawn, black armored machines. Emotionless, fast, deadly. The battle began. Blasters fired. Metal hit stone, but the humans moved with strange precision. Like soldiers who had fought before. Because they had, inside their new bodies, the minds of long-dead warriors guided them. Not just as memories, but as instincts. Yura rolled under. A beam grabbed a fallen weapon and fired back. Push them toward the east shaft. Bren's voice rang through the tunnel. 2 more down. Explosions rocked the walls, but the resistance held their line. Suddenly, a deep hum came from below the main shaft. The ground split open, and from beneath the mine rose an ancient human mechtal, rusted but alive. Who activated that? Bren shouted. Yura looked around. No one had touched it. Then the mech turned toward the enemy and fired. It was acting on its own. A voice echoed from inside it. Resistance confirmed. Command Unit 07 online. The battle turned. Council soldiers were pushed back, confused and overwhelmed. One by one, their units fell. The last one tried to flee, but Yura stepped in its path. She didn't fire. She simply looked at it and said, "We're not the past. We're the beginning." The bot stopped, then powered down. When the smoke cleared, Sector 9 stood free. The people gathered at the edge of the cliff, watching the skies. Above them, stars moved, and they knew the council would return. But this time they wouldn't run. "We are human," Yura said. "And we are many." The stars above Sector 9 were no longer silent. A large shadow moved across them, silent, dark, and full of power. It wasn't a council ship. It was something older. Something forgotten. A human vessel. But not just any ship, it was the Ark class. Vessel Horizon's Wrath, awakened from deep space. It glided over the planet like a beast from ancient myth. Its surface shimmered with living metal. Its core pulsed with blue and red lights like a heartbeat. Down in the tunnels, Yura and the others stood frozen, watching the sky. "That's not a rescue ship," Bren whispered. Yura nodded. "No, it's war returning." The ground trembled. Again, but this time, it wasn't an attack, it was the air being pulled around the landing zone. The ship was coming down. When its ramp opened, a figure stepped out, not alien. Not machine. Human. But different. His eyes glowed faint blue. His skin had subtle metallic lines running under it. He looked human, but sharper, stronger. Beyond flesh. He raised his hand. "I am Commander Elian, first of the Reforged." Bren stepped forward, confused. "We thought the humans died long ago." Commander Elian looked around. "We did, in body. But we encoded ourselves into the cores, the nanotech, the backup memories. And now," he smiled slightly, "we are born again." Yura stared at him. "You remember everything?" "Yes, and we remember you." "What do you mean?" she asked. Commander Elian looked directly into her eyes. "You are one of us. All of you. You carry our memory seeds. You've grown into something more." Far above, the Galactic Council watched in silence. Inside the main chamber, dozens of species stood, worried. One ambassador whispered, "They came back." Another said, "They were supposed to stay extinct." A third one trembled. "We should have buried them deeper." The council commander slammed his staff down. "Send everything we have. Wipe Sector 9 off the charts." But one younger alien, a silver-skinned observer named Kellen, stood up. "No, don't." The council turned to him. Kellen continued. "They didn't attack, they only woke up. But they will, once they see what we did to Earth," the commander growled. Kellen lowered his eyes. "Then maybe we deserve it." On the surface, Elian walked with Yura through the tunnels. "These places were made to hide human tech after the fall," he explained. "But why didn't you come sooner?" she asked. "We were asleep," Elian said. "We didn't know which species to trust." "Until your minds lit the beacon." Yura stopped walking. "We were just workers, slaves." "No," he said gently. "You were seeds." Suddenly, alarms blared through the tunnel. One of the resistance scouts ran up. "Council fleet approaching. 17 ships. Heavy artillery." Elian didn't flinch. He pressed a panel on his wrist. "All stations. Phase 2. From underground vaults, other Ark-class ships rose. Black ships with glowing cores. Long, silent, deadly." Elian turned to the resistance. "Do you want to run?" Yura stepped forward. "No." "Then take your place." The battle above Sector 9 was like nothing the Council expected. Human ships didn't fire first. They waited. The Council ships opened fire. Missiles, plasma, rays of energy, thousands of blasts tore through the skies. But human shields bent and didn't break. Then, in perfect silence, the Reforged returned fire. No flashes. No noise. Just beams of pure, invisible force that sliced Council ships in half. It was over in 5 minutes. From the command tower, Kellen watched, shaking. They didn't even try to destroy everything, he whispered. They just ended the fight. Later, aboard Horizon's Wrath, Yura sat across from Elian. We didn't want revenge, she said. But we also can't forget. You won't have to forget, Elian replied. You'll lead. Lead what? He gestured at the star map before them. A new way. One where humans don't rule with fear, but with memory. With justice. With what we've learned. And if the Council doesn't agree? Elian looked into the stars. They'll see what happens when you bury the truth too deep. Far beyond Sector 9, worlds began to speak again of humans, not as myths, not as monsters, but as the storm that came from silence, because humans had returned. But not as before. They had returned better, and they remembered everything.